Scientists and artists have long known that looking at something from two or more points of view offers a perspective and an understanding that you just can't get any other way. There's even a word for it, parallax. Now, InDesign has a parallax feature, but of course they don't call it by that technical name. They call it New Window, and you can find it under the Window menu, under the Arrange submenu. Here, I'll choose New Window, and you'll see that I get a new window on the same document. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, it turns out that this is incredibly helpful because you can have two different views of the same document. Very different. For example, I'll come over to the left side and click on it, and that activates that. You can see in the name up here, it says :1. That means this is view 1 of this document. And I'm going to press W to go into preview mode. So I can see this page, exactly how it's going to look when it's printed out. Now I'll come over to this view, and I'm going to zoom in. Maybe I'll just zoom in just on that text up here in the upper right corner. Now I can see that this is all pixelated because it's in the typical display mode. Doesn't really matter because I'm going to be doing some rough edits here. For example, maybe I'll select that image in the back and hit delete to delete it. That gets rid of that black background. And I immediately see how that looks in the final version over here on the left. I can say, oh, that looks pretty good. And now maybe I'll do something different, like maybe move that word explore just by clicking and dragging it up a little bit higher. And you can see that, great, now explore looks like that. So I'm doing fine-tune work over here on the right, but I see the final result over here on the left. So having two different views open on the same screen can be very handy. Let me show you some other examples of how you might use this. I'll zoom back out here using Command-Option-0 or Control-Alt-0 to do Fit in Window. And I will put this into Proof Colors mode. Now, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of color management in this title. That's an advanced topic for a separate title. But in this case, I will just tell you that when you choose Proof Colors, you put this into CMYK mode. Let's go ahead and put this into preview mode as well. And you can see now that this is in CMYK and this is in RGB. So we're looking at rich, saturated RGB colors over here and the equivalent, kind of more muted CMYK colors over here. So this is a very easy way to get a sort of before and after of both views, RGB and CMYK. Could be handy. Let me show you another way that you might want to use your new window feature. I'm going to scroll down here, just pick a different spread down here, fit this in window, Command-Option-0 or Control-Alt-0, and I'll say, gosh, I really wish I had this image down here of those cacti on my cover as well. Well, you don't have to even copy and paste here. I can simply drag that image from this window into this window, and it makes a duplicate of that from here to here. So now I've duplicated that image onto my cover. Very, very handy. Of course, when you're done with a new window, you can simply close it just by closing a window like you normally would, and that goes back to your one view per document setting here. So that's pretty handy. There are dozens of ways that you could use this new window feature in your workflow. It is incredibly helpful to work with two or more windows open, especially when you have a large screen or two monitors. But for some reason, I find that you really have to force yourself to use it 2 or 3 times, or else you'll never get around to using it. But after you do get used to the new window feature, you will be hooked.